to install this water ionizer faucet, 1/4-inch lines into the sink. You have to adapt it directly from the cold water line underneath. You can't tie into the sprayer because there's not enough pressure behind the dish sprayer. And that we're going to adapt it with this, which is usually a countertop unit with the flex tube on top. On top here is male pipe, but it's metric and it has a space and an O-ring. We would suggest to the manufacturer of this faucet to adapt or manufacture a quick connect fitting male pipe. It'd be easy to take the measurements and quick connect right here down the 1/4. 3/8 is better because we're going from this silicone tubing, what is traditionally a countertop unit connected to the faucet with a diverter, and the volume of the water will be less because of the difference in the pipe sizes. As you can see, it's going to take you about 50% more to fill up a container. We use a carafe, and we also use our coffee pot. You're going to need a crescent wrench, small crescent wrench, 17mm box wrench, silicone tube, channel locks, diagonals, and we're going to tap directly into the cold water line, which is right here. When we have an opportunity, it's female pipe on the bottom. It's going to go right here. Then this flex tube, we're going to attach that. And because this is 3/8 male, 3/8 male, 3/8 female, which is code, we're going to have to take and adapt it down right here to 1/4. There's a ferrule inside and a sleeve to secure it, and we'll plumb that all up for you in a second. We also, even though there's a filter in this unit, we added a pre-filter just for added effect. It's inexpensive Culligan. Pay $20 for it on eBay. The replacement cartridges are $12. And a helpful hint, we just fastened it with some good Velcro. That way it'll be easier to replace, and we didn't have to drill any more holes in the cabinet. This unit is mounted with 2 screws on a mounting bracket. Now we plumb this T in. That's directly the cold water line to the water filter and then back across, and it goes to the input of the faucet. And these are all color coded. And the way we adapt it, eventually you're going to have to use a good quality stainless steel hose clamp, and this 1/4-inch tubing, and this is specifically for drinking water, fits nice and snug in this silicone tubing. You can go ahead and use a sleeve if you want, but this tubing is very sturdy. It doesn't collapse. The sleeves are very inexpensive. They're approximately less than 50 cents each if you want to take double precaution. But the way you're going to adapt this silicone tubing to this flex tube, again with the hose clamp, but I used a heat gun, put it on the maximum setting, an $8 heat gun from Harbor Freight. Use a cotton towel because this will heat up. Put a little bit of Vaseline on this nipple right here underneath the tubing, and just heat it up for about 15 seconds and work it on, clamp it, and you're good to go. So we're all connected. Water pressure's on. No leaks. Look around, feel around. No leaks. I can clean up those hoses in a little bit. Run some water pressure here. We're activated. This is a 3-plate. I believe this is a 450, EC 450. And you can see high pH. We're pulling 9.5. And we did the test kit on it too. This is a 1 liter carafe. Now there are other options where you can just use a single head faucet and the acetic goes into the drain, but my wife uses the acetic to wash vegetables, wash her face, and she finds it very helpful. And you can see, and we can smell the chlorine from the acetic side coming off. It works great. Now we just turned it off and give it a second. It'll power down. It takes an extra couple of seconds. Pressure's off. That's just the nature of this setup. In the meantime, we'll give you again, there it goes. No leaks. Again, you could use a sleeve inside that 1/4 inch tubing if you like, but it's nice, it's perfect. I've used both the countertop, this on the counter with this diverter, and then you got hoses all up in here and then the drain down here. It's a hassle. My wife really didn't care for it, although she loves the water. Everybody should have an ionizer. So I had to come up with a solution. And the solution that you're all going to want to need, it's putting a heat gun. You can't use a lighter, you got to use a heat gun. Clamp that, use a good stainless steel clamp. Don't buy a cheap clamp from eBay because they strip out. A little bit of Vaseline on top of that after it's heated up and it'll slip on there, and it works great. And I also recommend a pre-filter. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Also, don't use an RO because these systems aren't designed for RO water to process. So just a cheap pre-filter. This is really for an ice maker, but we adapted. It works great. Hope you like my video.